Hello, welcome back. This is week 8. Really good week. We're actually basically quick recap. We are outperforming SPY and NASDAQ back. We're doing that. Last week we had a huge difference, and now we're actually outperforming. Um, our standard deviations got lower, so that's good. Basically the exact same mean and losses for us. I think what else happened? Oh yeah, and this was the first week that I didn't lose money on any day of the week. So that was profit on every single day. And we actually this week I think outperformed Nasdaq every single day too. So that was a really big. This week has been I think one of the best weeks I think for HR Capital. I think so. So here we have the graph of this week. Really, the biggest moves were on the last 3 days of the week. First 2 days were all right. I didn't realize there was market on Monday. Like I saw what was happening, but I thought it was I thought it was just futures or whatever. I don't know. And then I realized it was actually happening. But it was neutral that day. On Tuesday, basically too a little, and then we got a huge gain after that. So money wise, we are at a new all time high. So that's great. That's really good. Last week I realized that this percentage that I was using here, I calculated it wrong, and that I didn't realize that the Excel sheet was using the pass number each time, and so for all the other videos this thing was kind of wrong. Um, but now I fixed it, and it's so you're supposed to be checking from Friday's close. So you want to check how much are you winning from Friday's close. So this week we ended at almost a 3% gain, almost incredible. And last week we lost around 1%. So that was all right. Um, so you can see here we are actually outperforming Nasdaq by nothing, but we are. So that's really good. The Nasdaq lost negative 3.41% in 1 week. So you can see how much of that momentum that was happening because of the election really just deflated in a week. You also had like the Jerome Powell's talks, right, about the rate cut in December. Now it's very, we're not sure if it's going to be 25 or zero. It seemed like it was going to be 25. Now we don't know. Um, but we'll see. We outperformed all day, and we gained 2.66% this week. So that's really good. This basically increased our overall days outperformed by 7.5%. So we're almost at the 50% level. Above the 50% level, I'd say that's good. Anything above 50% is pretty good because you're beating it more than half of the days. Um, Not that also means that you're outperforming half of the days, right? And you're underperforming half of the days. But it's really how much are you winning those days and not. So, but it's just another metric. So yeah, we're outperforming by 1.3. So SPY, the gap is even smaller of our outperforming, but we still are. You can see here we gained 2.66, and SPY didn't lose as much as Nasdaq, but still lost a good amount, -2. And then we outperformed every single day except Monday, so 80%. So this increased also. We're back at 50%, so that's good. Um, I think we're probably gonna start going above 50% now, so that's gonna be really great because I think we were around like 40 at one point, so that's good. Overall, we're only outperforming by 0.04, but I mean, we still are. So that's incredible. That's really good. Dow Jones is the only one that we have a tiny gap to fill. Dow Jones did not lose as much this week, so I don't know. It's kind of like the it wasn't as much as the tech sector, so it didn't fall as much. And then yeah, we outperformed every single day except Monday. So this also increased, and this is the first one that we are above 50%, so that's great. Dow Jones overall is 3.3%, and we are 2.98. So I mean, it's pretty close. That's fine. And here you have everything. You can see Nasdaq gained a bunch and then lost the most. Here we have SPY gained, and then the green line gained and then lost some more, not as much as Nasdaq. And we have Dow Jones, which is actually outperforming all of them. So I mean, last time we saw that was what, maybe over here. That's like nothing. Over here a little. So Dow Jones is mostly either at the bottom or in the middle, kind of. And so this time it's actually outperforming. So we'll see how that plays out later on. The overall daily gain. So this is actually going finally on a positive trend upwards. That's great. We want it either to be neutral or positive. Our daily gain right now is 0.07. That's the mean. Our goal is 0.17. I mean, 0.17 is a very high goal. But yeah, I mean 0.07 is still quite good. So here we have the weekly daily gains. This is the first week where we actually gained every single day. Um, yeah, really good. Monday, not much, not much. I think, yeah, not really, basically not that much. We gained a little this day. This day I took a good advantage of some semi moves, and then this day we basically reverse of this, and then I did have some losses here from the pre-market, which lost a lot during pre-market, So then during the actual market hours, I was able to recover those losses and even gain a bit more. That's really good. So yeah, the overall profitable gains in days we actually increased by 5 basically. So this gap has now widened a bunch. That's great. Profitable day trades and profitable decisions, profitable trades. We're at 64%, so we increased by 4. That's great. So yeah, our mean gain, we lost a little, barely nothing, exact same, and losses are the exact same because we didn't lose a day, so that's great. And then over here, the standard deviation, we actually decreased it. So, if we're decreasing this, that's great. We might not be gaining more, but if we're decreasing it, that's good. Um, S&P lost a good amount of its gains, 0.04, and then losses, it's increased by 0.04. So, all right. And then you basically have the day gain, the sort of standard deviation stayed the same for the S&P. It's probably going to hover around this range, to be honest. So right now the division thing is looking good. We are not positive, or not at 0, but we decreased our difference by half, so that's really good, from last week. And that basically just means that, if we're negative, that means that we are not gaining as much in correlation to the market as we should be, in correlation to our losses. So we want to kind of increase our gains or decrease our losses to be at a closer risk level, or not risk, but at a closer ratio, right, of the market, is if we're gaining and losing the same amounts, or the same percentages, actually, the same ratios. And then so basically our losses should be negative 0.58, so a good decrease. And our gain should be 0.65. I'm not really worrying too much about this. I don't want to lose on purpose to decrease that, and that would take away our edge in the market, and then increasing our gains would even being more risky. So I think just doing what I'm doing will eventually reach these levels. So the difference is a lot less. You can see the standard deviation decreased by 0.04, so that's great. I mean the percent, how much times we're more greater, our standard deviation decreased by that. So that's good. Transactions, this is gonna hover around 2 most likely, because I'm closing out of my position each day. So the long is not being closed out, but the hedge I have is. So this is gonna go slowly down towards 2, and this is probably gonna go now. It's gonna start going up to 1. It still decreased this week, but it's probably gonna now start going more towards the 1 range. Yeah. And so week cents, 5 cents. Our wanted to check how much of our fees, how much of our fees take away our profits, and it's around 0.14%. I think it's very low. I think it's even less than that. But so I mean that's totally fine, and that's great because we still have 99.9% left. So yeah. And then the overall portfolio return was 2.985. So this week was really good, new all-time high. Whoops. So yeah, new all-time high. We have this week NVIDIA earnings. That's huge on Wednesday. Yeah, I don't know if there's any other big thing, but NVIDIA earnings is basically the major thing. I don't really have any predictions for it. Let's just see how it goes. But yeah, it's gonna be a really interesting move. I'm excited for it. All right, bye.